Good afternoon. I am the Hat Mouse, and you are watching Cypher Architecture, the show where we take your favorite characters and put them into the Monte Cook's Cypher system to see how they play. Today we'll be taking a look at Steve Rogers' Captain America, and I will take you through a step-by-step guide of taking from Tier 1 to the max of Tier 6. We're going to start with the sentence. Now, in the Cypher system, you work off of a sentence. You take a descriptor, a type, and a focus. You build a sentence out of it. So in this situation, there were a couple good options for Mr. Rogers here, but we went with the virtuous warrior. Of the four types, being a warrior is the most like Mr. Rogers here, who brandishes an exotic shield. Now, as a warrior, your starting might is 10. Your starting speed is 10, and your starting intellect is 8. As part of character creation, you get to add 6 points to your totals here, and see Rogers being a pretty mighty, a pretty speedy, and pretty intelligent individual will even those scores out. Also, as a Tier 1, he's going to have an effort of 1 and a might edge of 1. While we could have picked a speed edge of 1, I went with might at this point in time. Now we'll update these numbers at the end here. These pools will just be looking at the currents for as we go through this. Also, as a warrior, you can use up to 2 ciphers. We will not be going over which ciphers Mr. Rogers will have today. We'll just be going over the stats here. Now, as a warrior, he is practiced in all weapons. This does not mean he is trained. That's a separate distinction there, but he does not have any difficulties using weapons, as we should say. From the abilities list, we will be adding practiced in armor, bash, quick throw, and control the field. I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comments. Practice in armor is going to reduce the speed cost of using effort while wearing armor. Bash is going to be a basic hit with our shield, which we'll be able to use as a light weapon with brandishes an exotic shield. We will have a quick throw ability to be able to throw that shield quickly and have it return to us. And the control of the field will allow us to push people around the field as necessary. Now we will also have 2 more special abilities from our focus here. The first one is Force Field Shield. This will give us an exotic shield that we will flavor into an adamantium shield. But essentially for most games it is a energy shield, much like you see in the animated series that Iron Man makes for Captain America. But we're going to go off the traditional shield here for aesthetics. And we have Force Bash, where we can do a little bit extra damage with that shield by similar to Bash, by using it to hit our enemies. Now from our being virtuous, I'm going to get some skills here. Those skills include discerning true motives. We also have seeing through lies, it's a trained skill. And we have intellect, defense, tasks. This will protect us from mental attacks. Continuing on, this is essentially your character out of the gate. You have a 1d6 plus 1 heal, 12s across the board, a couple good socialization skills, and then a lot of good combat abilities. As you can see, you could put a lot more information about the abilities, but again, we're just trying to get the basics in here. Now, as we continue through this, you spend XP to advance. Every 4 XP is an advancement point. On this tier, we're going to select Increase Capabilities, which gives us +4 to our pool, so we're going to up Might to 14 and Speed to 14. By doing so, we're showing that Captain America is getting stronger and faster as time goes on. We're also going to move a little bit towards Perfection. We're going to increase our Edge by 1. We're going to put that into our Speed Edge. Our effort goes up once as well with extra effort, and we're going to increase our recovery rolls by +2. Now, at this point, we would gear up to Tier 2 and get our next set of abilities. Next set of abilities include successive attack. So, if you have an attack that hits, you get to hit a target within, I believe it's a short distance, but correct me in the comments as necessary. Also, we're going to get skill with defense. I'm going to put that into our might category. The reason being that Steve Rogers is immune to most illnesses, sicknesses, other things, so that will give us the defense necessary to resist those temptations. There we go. Next, last one is an developing shield. One of the things we should mention here is that we would have picked up some medium armor, which go over to our handy website here. I will be referring to this throughout this video as necessary. Go to equipment. Medium armor is a +3 effort, so back to our character sheet here. Armor cost is going to be 3. But armor would have been 2 up to this point. Now it is 3 armor. Not too bad. Then advancement options. We are going to increase capabilities again. Once more, we're going to go 16 and 16 +2 in both categories. Going to move towards perfection, hitting that might edge in the right direction. Going to gain an extra tier of effort. This time we're going to pick up a skill as our 4th. Running. Because we will always be on the left. Now, starting to look good. And if you're wondering where I'm getting these stats for these advancement things, this, by the way, is the SRD. Not the official one released by Monte. Someone has created a fan website that I'll be posting in the comments below. Both the Monte Cook's SRD and this website. This website is easier to navigate. The SRD is just one, honestly, long block of text, and you can Control F to find things, but this is a lot easier. As you can see, you get to pick increase capabilities, moving towards perfection, extra effort, or skills, but every once you can also replace one of those with other options, which we will be doing from time to time. Continuing on to Tier 3 abilities, we will be using obtaining Trick Shot. By taking a hindrance, we can possibly hit 2 creatures. Next ability we then pick up is Reaction. This will allow us to hit someone that's trying to run from us. Then seize the moment will allow us to do a little bit of extra damage at a cost. We also now have access to Throw Force Shield. That is the branch's exotic shield version of our quick throw from earlier. We'll be able to now throw this shield and do some special damage with it. We head right up to advancement, and as you might have noticed, might have not, I haven't already been designating on the screen, but we are starting to head towards a lot more speed-based tasks. So this level up, we're going to dump everything into speed. I promise it won't come back to bite us, it's actually kind of necessary. We'll also be moving the speed edge in the right direction. Extra effort again, we're going to buff that up to 4. And now we're going to buff our recovery rolls. Just so that once we use a couple of our bigger abilities, we can just top off our health and keep fighting like nothing has happened. Because we can do this all day. Now, moving on to the tier 4. At tier 4, we get Energized Shield. This will increase our shield's damage output. Gonna get Tough as Nails. This lets us fight as it, ignoring one state shift, so impaired fight as Hail, debilitated fight as impaired, but once we're dead, we're dead. Continuing, we're gonna do Capable Warrior. This will allow our shield to do more damage, which at this level of the game, we're probably fighting some bigger enemies, so we're gonna need that extra punch. Advancement again, we're gonna now go back to our 2 might, 2 speed. For our increased capabilities, for moving towards perfection, we're gonna buff the speed edge again. For extra effort, that's just effort going up by 1. And we're going to take the skill Physics. Do a lot of physics when throwing our shield around, and I want to make sure that we're able to keep doing so. Now at tier 5, you are looking at Mastery of Speed Defense. That specializes you in speed. Mastery in Armor. That's going to reduce. So first off, we're going to come back up here at Speed Defense, and Mastery in Armor is going to reduce that speed cost to 0. Going to also take Improved Success and Force Wall. Now Force Wall doesn't really benefit this Captain America feel, but it is the only one available at this tier. It's the only ability from our focus available. What it does is you lay down your shield and it creates a wall of force that kind of stops things from getting to you. Great for delaying or holding the line, but it's not really going to be beneficial for us in the long term. As advancements, we are going to kick one more time, but all 4 into speed. And that is because we'll be doing a couple things here. Move towards perfection, we're going to do a more speed edge. Extra effort, we now have up to 6 levels of effort to be applied per roll. We're going to up this one more time to +7. For a total of 13 points to be healed at any one time. With a max roll at least. Now when we come to our abilities, we will be adding Bouncing Shield. This will allow us to hit several targets at once. Spin Attack will also allow us to be able to hit multiple targets as part of the same action. But then, here's my favorite. Again, and again. Now this is an expensive tactic. For 8 speed, you can take an additional action in a round you've already acted, doubling your capabilities. Because of that, we now have as high this as we could possibly manage when we started out. We could have dumped all 6 edge points into speed and all of our all of our increased capabilities points into speed as well, but that would leave for a very unbalanced character. I think this is the best we're going to get for a Captain America build with the current SRD. As things are added, I might revisit this, or I could also revisit this as a Sam Wilson's Captain America, or John Walker's Captain America, or as a Bradley. But for now, I think this is good. This is a great start to our Avengers team. Yes, I will be building the entire Avengers team, and I'll be doing others as well. But for now, this has been Cypher Architecture with the Hat Mouse. Thank you for watching.